Good morning. I hope you can hear me. Test 1 2 3 4 5. Do I need to change any of the audio for you? Okay, Leo says no, nice and clear. No echo, thank you very much for that. Right, good morning. I'll say hello to a few people and explain why I'm running a bit late. Good morning, Colleen and Victoria. Over on YouTube and then over on Twitch. Good morning to Leo, to Dem, to Joanne, and good morning to anyone who's lurking in the background. Just to explain briefly what's happened, why the delay this morning. By the way, if you hear sort of a dishwasher running, let me know and I'll shut the door on it, but I don't think it'll affect you too much. Yeah, slightly delayed this morning because I did something a bit stupid, really. I had to clear some space on the laptop I use for streaming because it's also my editing laptop, because I'd managed to fill the hard disk, and in the process of backing stuff up I managed to delete all the files you need to run this, so I had to reinstall it from the backup, so that's why we're running a few minutes late. Shows the benefits of having backups for everything, but everything's up and running. As far as I know it is. If we run into problems we'll soon find out, but that'll add a bit of entertainment for everyone, and I'm sure I'll be reminded if things go wrong. Good morning, Beauty Love Creative over on YouTube. As you can see out the window, it is a greyish, miserly, horrible day. We had a beautiful sunny day yesterday. I did go outside in the garden for a little bit yesterday, but to be honest, trying to get to anything, especially on the grass and so on, it's like walking in a marshland at the moment. I haven't got a clue how long it's going to take to dry up. We were promised snow overnight and we didn't. We got some rain instead, but as I say, this morning it's just miserly and horrible and not very good. I've got a few things to show you do inside. Couple of admin things for YouTube viewers. You've probably noticed the join buttons turned up. That's for the channel memberships. You don't have to join as a member. If you want to, that's great, and it'll support the channel, and I'll very much appreciate that, but you don't have to. What you get now in terms of content is what you'll carry on seeing whether you're a member or not. The reason for doing that is that since we've become monetized, YouTube have been sending email after email about memberships, because obviously they're a commercial organisation. They're trying to get their cut of any membership money. Currently that's 70-30 to the creator, so it's actually better than ad revenue and so on, but you don't have to do that. If you will do that, fantastic, but say I've set it at the lowest possible amount as well, and judging by other channels I looked at, that's exactly what they've done. They're obviously not that interested in making buckets full of money, but you're sort of semi-forced into offering it. It's not fully set up yet. It was only approved as of about 2 o'clock in the morning, so I've still got a few bits and pieces to do on that. So you can ignore that if you want, and I won't take it personally. The other thing to say on the YouTube side, I know this may be boring to Twitch, but I'll just pull up something else on. If this works, this will be a good test to see if. Oh no, that didn't work. Yeah, hang on. Would help if I knew what I was doing, let alone the computer. Try that. There you go. That is as this morning's view count on YouTube. We've gone past the 500,000, which is quite incredible. It is more than that because YouTube's figures are about a week behind, well certainly 4 or 5 days behind. So it is more than that, but that's the official figure. Oh, crumbs! We have a member. Thank you very much, Dem, over on YouTube. So you didn't really have to do that, but thank you very much. It is appreciated. You can take advantage of all the benefits that are on being a member are on YouTube, which are pretty limited, to be honest, at the moment. But you do get a little bear badge next to your name. I'm a bit taken aback by that. I wasn't expecting that, but there you go. Thank you very much. That's another day's modding over on Dem's channel on the Twitch, paid for. Yeah, so we've done 500,000, over 500,000 views now. When we started, it was a running joke in the family that all the views were me, and that is actually probably fairly true. The first few months is that you keep watching it thinking, oh well, there's 5, 6, 7 views on that, that's pretty impressive, and then you realise it's just you watching it. And the running joke still is that the 500,000 views is me, but somehow I don't think I can have done 500,000 views. So we'll get rid of that. Been waiting for that. There'll be an official badge thing appear sometime in the post this week about that. So, but as you're on the live stream, you're the first to see that. Again, that's hot off the presses as of this morning. Turn that off the screen. In terms of our admin, schedule-wise, YouTube, same all this week. As I say, I've got another busy week, slightly chaotic again, but everything's set up for this week. And there should be a live stream next Sunday as usual. I'll say some of the live streams on a Sunday may change their time slightly depending on what the weather's doing, and as we get into the summer we'll be doing some early evening streams here, which will probably suit people across the Atlantic a bit better. And we'll actually do something practical now, because you've probably heard enough of me waffling. So if we change that, yeah, we'll just enlarge that for you. Yeah, right, I think I know what I'm doing. There's always an element of doubt. But yeah, let's close that up and then we can get started. Yep. See what that looks like. Yeah. Right. Right, I'll just have a quick scan of the messages before we get going. Thank you for those kind words, Colleen. And over on Twitch, right, okay, let's actually do something practical. I have done several things this morning in terms of preparing for this. I'll just move that across so I can see on the big screen both chats and actually what I'm doing. So, I'll say Mr. Bear's been busy. Someone sending me an email, but there you go. Right, what can I show you? We'll go through what we've done previous weeks. If you remember, the last 2 weeks we've actually sown some seeds. I've got some more to do today, but we'll see what the state of play with some of this is. I'll try not to do what I did earlier, which was tip a load of water out. This is the gazania, which I can't remember which week we sowed that. I should really write on the labels which week, but they're coming along quite nicely. That's quite soggy underneath. Put that down out the way. Ah no, these ones were sown 2 weeks ago. This is an Elysiums. See how fine they are. Something as fine as that, I wouldn't even bother trying to transplant into a bigger plug. They'll stay in those until they're ready to be planted out. These are the dahlias, which again were 2 weeks ago. So these are some of these have come up very quick. It does show same seed, same setup. You can see what the various germination rates is. There's actually, because of 2 in there, I may be able to take one of those out and transplant it in due course. And when you do transplant them, these are what are called the seed leaves. These are the first leaves that come up. The actual proper planting leaves will come up through the centre generally. And when you transplant them, you always want to hold these, because these are, once you've got some proper growth, the seed leaves don't really do very much. So that's how you pick them up. Rather than pick them up by the plant, you pick them up by the seed leaf. So the dahlias. This is Cottage. I have a feeling it was one of the ones we planted last week. They're looking a little bit dry, so they'll need some water afterwards. But again, there you can see the germination. See, these are just starting to germinate there and there, but the others have come up quite nicely. So Morning, Zach. By the way, we still have the plant labels available this week, so if anyone missed getting a plant label last week and they want their name on a plant label to go in the garden, just let me know in the comments. The plant labels are in a box. You probably can't see that over there. Again, I haven't bothered even going across the lawn to start putting them in the ground yet. Just because it's so wet, really. They're ready to go. I think we've got 17 plant labels now. This is a Busy Lizzie with absolutely nothing. I wouldn't expect that. That's one we did last week. I remember that one. Yeah, the most of these seeds, it says on the packets, takes sort of 2-3 weeks to germinate. So some of them have come up very quick, but others take time. This is Antirrhinium, I think, something like that, and they are really fine. I don't know if you can even see that. Yeah, you can. They are really fine. So you can imagine trying to handle those. Again, something like that you'd probably just leave in the plug until you're ready to plant them. So the biggest danger of that is that they actually die off due to damp, being over damp, and you can actually see in there it's actually closed up the condensation, but we'll open the little vent, get some air in there so they don't dampen off. This one is Ageratum. A lot come up there. They look quite damp as well, so I'll open up their little window and get some air in. This one is Dianthus, which I think we did 2 weeks ago. So this has taken some time to come up. But there's 1 or 2 just starting to appear. Yeah. And then we have Coropsis. Whether I say that all correct, I don't know. They're starting to come up. It's a little bit dry on one end, so I'll say I'll give these some when I've restacked them afterwards. I shall give some of them some water. Thanks for lurking, Leo. So these are the plant labels. They're all ready there in a box to go out in the garden. So I shall find some gloves. just to explain that, I keep saying just to explain, that we still haven't had any real bad weather. We had one frost Friday night into Saturday, but there's so much growing, or still growing, from last summer, because we haven't had any frost this year. The likelihood of getting a prolonged spell of really cold weather is lessening by the day. There's a lot of the bulbs coming up. There's a lot of summer stuff coming up as well already. So I suspect it's going to be, if we don't get a long period of cold weather, we're going to have a very early spring, which I think is going to be over quite early. So I'm taking an educated gamble to actually try to grow stuff for the summer, perhaps 2 weeks earlier than normal. Because I think we're probably running, at least, judging by last year, we're probably running about 2 weeks earlier than last year. So I've got some seeds today. Some of them would naturally go in now, but some of them probably shouldn't really go in yet. But I'm taking that gamble that we're going to have an early spring and an early summer. In fact, actually, what it'll probably end up being is it's an early spring and then we have a late summer for some reason, but we'll see. So we've got bellis to do today. Some hollyhock. Then we've got some classic summer stuff, petunias. I've got some trailing petunias. Some marigolds. Linaria. And some lobelia. And things like lobelia, I don't ever really remember sowing this early. I would have been probably, let's say, at least a couple of weeks before I would have done those. Don't worry too much about that, Joanne. I've had my tech issues today as well. So good morning to Dee on YouTube and Only Me. We'll start to sow these. I've already pre-done the trays because I'm sure the excitement of watching someone fill trays full of soil is too much to take nowadays. So take my gloves off to handle the seeds. And to be honest, I don't know why I put my gloves on anyway, because I wasn't handling the compost, but there you go. Right, we'll start with lobelia. So we'll start with this one. This one is a lump forming lobelia. There are two types of lobelia. You can get the trailing versions you often see in hanging baskets, or you can get sort of clump forming lobelia. This is a clump forming version. Again, I think I've shown this before on the back. These packets is all the instructions. Fairly self-explanatory. This sow seeds on top of good free draining seed compost. I know these are going to be very, very small seeds because if anyone's seen lobelia flowers, they're very small, so you can imagine the seeds are tiny as well. In fact, I don't know if you can even see that. Yeah, just about. Basically, it's the equivalent of dust. Yeah, I'll hold that up there. Yeah, so again, quite difficult. It's the old pinch of salt type sowing technique. There's quite a few seeds. You do get a lot of seeds, but they're so tiny. And from experience, you want a few seeds in each block just to bulk it out. As you can see, it's a very precise art. And we'll even do a label before anyone mentions anything. So what's this lobelia? I will put the variety on the back here, because otherwise you'll end up with what looks like lobelia plants and you won't know whether they're lump forming or trailing. Yep, so that's lobelia. Get the lid. Next one is Linearia, something I've never grown before. They are baby snapdragons. Well, that's quite interesting. This says it blooms within 6 weeks from sowing. Yeah. Yeah. So if we do have a early spring and a lot of stuff's gone over, something that would be quite useful to fit in the gaps. Yeah. Twitch have gone into a ad break. I'll carry on waffling and then I'll recap as I was doing these. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's right, Victoria, and the seeds do end up looking like dust in some cases. And judging by the sound of this one, this sounds very much dusty. Yeah, thanks, Joanne. I know. Okay, I can see you've got the ad-free icon. Yep, so I think Twitch are back. So we're doing Linearia, baby snapdragons. It's going to be the same as before. These are a bit bigger. So it'll be useful if it is an early summer to have stuff that's going to be ready quick. Again, put a few in each cell. There's enough still in that packet to do a second sowing, which I might do in say 2 or 3 weeks time, which would be the natural time for it. So that's that one. Nearly forgot to label. To lid. Well, I hope everyone's okay today. I think I've said it before, if there's anything particularly you want me to attempt or look at or go into, you can always put it in the comments. I do read everything. So suggestions always gratefully received. Next one we're going to do is the marigold. That's the back of the packet. That's just reading the packet. Oh, well, this packet is not sealed in a packet. This is how seeds always used to come in their paper packets. That surprised me. You very rarely see that anymore. So this talks about just putting this one. I'm going to probably try to get 1, 2 at most in each cell, because I know marigolds will be quite chunky plants when they're grown. And if you've got more than perhaps 1 or 2 seeds in each cell, they'll outcompete each other. That one done. Yeah, there's enough still in that for a second sowing. This wants a little bit of compost on the top. Yeah, a little bit of compost. Again, I've got the glove on. I think I've said before about what rubbish you end up in in compost nowadays. Obviously, if you go around putting your hand in soil, you get all sorts of bugs and bacteria in the soil to begin with. But I think it's a lot worse actually in compost, because you've got all the modern recycling that goes in there as well. It also means I don't spread compost all over the keyboard of the laptop. So this one was marigold. On to the next one. See what we've got. The petunias I'll probably do later, I think. We'll do next one. We'll do hollyhock. I've got quite a few hollyhocks in the garden. Hardy perennial. Sow these, grow these this year. They'll flower late summer, but then they'll hopefully survive the winter, and they'll flower for years to come. So this one is sow on the surface with a dusting on the top again. Yeah, and saying that, I hadn't seen seeds in the packet for a long time. What do we have? Another packet with these seeds just in there without their coating. Again, I'm just going to try to get the one in each tray because these are big plants as well. Morning to Red Robins, who has redeemed a hydrate, which is probably a good thing to do. But the question is that hydrate the plants or hydrate the streamer? Right, it's me. Yeah, well. Yeah, I say it's not too bad temperature-wise here. If someone wants to put exclamation mark bare weather, or one word, you'll see what the temperature is. Saves me doing it. I don't. It's just damp and horrible, basically. Yeah. There you go. What is it? So we're 4 degrees. So it's not that bad. Obviously, it's not brilliant. Overcast. But that's one way of putting it. So that is the. I'll just label this up. That was the hollyhock. Giant exclamation mark bare weather, or you can actually look up the weather for where you are by just doing exclamation mark weather, and then if you put in your location afterwards you can see your weather. That's the theory anyway. So you could put exclamation mark weather space London, something like that. That would give you the weather for London. I'm sure a lot of you have got a lot more extreme weather than 4 degrees at the moment. Well, the hollyhock label looks a bit like hollyhock, but it does look like it's a demented bear has written that. But yeah, red robins, you need the, if you do the weather and then Hereford, you need the space between weather and Hereford, and it should work. So it's exclamation mark, weather, space, and then the place. There you go, it's working. I'm afraid to say, Twitch, YouTube beat you to getting that command right. Oops. There you go. Don't think we've lost the seed. There you go. Shows. That's because I'm dehydrated, so I'll go and get a hydration liquid. There you go. Just to prove that's just looking at the weather that we've got coming through at the moment. Hereford 6.3, moderate rain. Sounds like a lovely day. And we've got is that Toowoomba in Australia? 20 degrees, partly cloudy. Oh yeah, red robin. Yeah, it is juice. So you'd have a hot drink. I don't tend to drink hot drinks. In fact, to be honest, I can't remember the last time I had a hot drink. Basically, that's about 95% of what I drink all the time. What have we got over? Yeah, so that was the Lincolnshire. It's interesting, over on YouTube. There's a link. Someone did weather Lincolnshire on YouTube, and they got Lincolnshire, USA, which is interesting. What was the weather in Lincolnshire, USA? -3, partly cloudy. Where Lincoln. That's interesting. It's coming up Lincoln, United States of America all the time. Does it not know Lincoln exists in the UK? Sorry. That obviously Lincoln and Lincolnshire's been got rid of. But then again, at the moment it's so flat, it's probably underwater anyway, isn't it? Because it's been so wet in the UK recently. Somewhere like Lincolnshire, which is actually flat, probably is underwater quite a bit. Yeah, but we have an eyewitness though in Lincolnshire who says it's wet and cold. So I think that's probably more accurate than the Stream Elements weather. So we'll go on to this one. Hot drink. Some suggesting a hot chocolate for a hot drink. I'm trying to think if I've ever had. Yeah, if I'd had hot chocolate, it would have been a long time ago. In fact, I can't remember. When was the last time I had a cup of tea? I can't even remember that, to be honest. It's pretty depressing for someone in the UK to say they don't drink tea. But just something you don't think of until someone brings it up in conversation. So the last one I'll do today in terms of seeds is a bellis. You would have seen bellis a lot on the YouTube, certainly YouTube's shorts recently. Now, you need to get Bear a cup of tea. Hang on, I'll just ask Bear whether he wants a cup of tea. Do you want a cup of tea, Bear? No. Cup of coffee? No? No. Okay. What do you want to do? Go back to sleep? Okay. That's obviously how interesting he thinks of me. Yeah, Bear needs a jumper, Twitch is saying. Well, there's probably an element of truth. I don't know what the rules are on appearing naked on stream. He hasn't been banned by YouTube for it anyway. So, or a pot of honey. Yeah, that's correct. On Twitch, the channel points are now jars of honey or pots of honey. If you hadn't noticed that, we've changed that. Oh, that's good to hear. Only me. You don't need your water wings yet. Yeah, it's the same here. Everything's underwater around here, but luckily I'm at the top of the hill as well. So all the water rushes away. But then again, when you see here, it's absolutely soaking here. Just to walk around on the grass, you squelch everywhere. Sorry, I was opening this without thinking. Bellis. This is going in. You see, this says sow light green would be sow indoors in March. Well, I'm going to do it early on the basis that I think we're going to have an early year. Sow seed directly. Blah blah blah. Oh, this actually wants some deep cover on these seeds. So it's just thanks, Joanne. You says Bear is a nudist. Well, is he? I mean, let's be honest. He's covered in fur. Would that not count as a coat? I don't know. I think that would be a question as to whether bears are nudists. I think that'd be a question for ChatGPT. But then again, if you did that, if you asked ChatGPT another question later, it always remembers your previous questions, and that could influence your further searches. So this is the Bellis, which I suspect are going to be small seeds again. Yeah. Just trying to get that the right angle. It's ready for this. These are quite light coloured seeds. These are, so they're quite difficult to see. Yeah, still go about what to have. Just like coffee and hot chocolate over there. Yeah, it does make me think when I had the last cup of tea. I think it was at a. I think it was at a conference I went to, and I don't think they had anything else to drink at the time, so I had to have a cup of tea. Thanks, Dan, for coming in. Thanks for the membership over on YouTube. Enjoy the cinema, and I'll probably see you tomorrow. Yeah, it probably was that, and even that is going back. When would that conference have been? I can actually remember it now. It's. That's going back about 20 years. Whether I've had a cup of tea since then, I don't know. Probably not. So these are Bellis. I'm going to put a few in each So and whether there's, oh yeah, there's loads of these left. Thanks so much for dropping in, Joanne. I've forgotten what we're doing. Those for bellies. Hopefully next week we can get outside, because I have just bought a cheap camera. I wouldn't use me because what you see now is the Pocket 3, which is my good camera. I wouldn't use that if it was damp or rainy, but I bought a cheap sort of webcam-y type camera, which, to be honest, if it got absolutely drenched in the weather, I'm not that fussed about it. It's probably more weather resistant than this. As I say, it only came, was it yesterday or Friday, so I haven't had a chance to play with it. But at least what it should mean is that if we've got inclement weather, we can at least go outside for a bit. And also, as the weather's warming up, we can actually operate from the greenhouse more as well. So this actually wants a reasonable depth of covering on it, so I'm going to put a bit more than usual. Morning orange hue. Morning Samantha. If anyone's joined us and hasn't got a plant label in the garden yet, let me know. I think the majority of you have. If you want a plant label in the garden, let me know, and I'll add your name to a slate plant label, and you can go out in the garden. As yeah. That's interesting, because I never had a cup of coffee. I don't think I've ever had a cup of coffee. I might have when I was very young. I don't even like coffee cake, and as I like cake, that's a pretty remarkable statement. Dee's asking about. No, I haven't. I haven't. Dee. I haven't. I'm trying to think. I usually see him in certain streams that I'm on elsewhere, and I don't think I've seen him for. I didn't see him on the stream I expected to see him last Sunday. That was Ashley's stream. He wasn't on there, and that's unusual. I know he was modding for another channel that was on at the time, but I didn't see him on that either. So I honestly don't know. Sorry, Twitch, we're just talking about someone. You probably recognise the name, but someone who mods on the channel that I also mod on. We haven't seen for about a week, but this is Bellis. Nice label. Yeah, you got a trail. Someone over on YouTube saying they've got a trail camera for Christmas. Yeah, I've got a trail camera here as well to try to catch Spike the hedgehog, but we haven't managed to do that yet. Not that I've seen Spike. It's very surprising because it's not been cold enough to hibernate really. So that's the. Oh, tell you what, so I've just thrown half the compost around. I know how to put some water in the bottom of that. So I think that's in terms of seed sowing. And that's probably about it on the seed sowing side. Twitch are about to go into an ad break shortly, so I'll wait for their. Says the ads start in 36 seconds, so wait for their ads to run through. Yeah, Jay, that's where I know it's been a lot recently. But I don't tend to watch that channel that much. But I do float across there now and again just to see if he's on there, but I haven't seen him on there. Definitely wasn't there last night when you asked me the question, because I did drop across to see if he was around, but no, only me. Not seeing your hedgehogs either. Yeah, it's just a strange winter. I mean, you generally wouldn't see them during the winter that much, but on a mild night you'd see them coming out. It may just be that it's so wet, there's so much sort of slugs and snails around because they haven't been killed off by the cold weather, that perhaps there's just so much food. Yeah, Red Robbins says, can I ask a question? You can ask. Whether you'll actually get a sensible answer or an answer at all, I don't know. Morning, Ron, and a global hi to everyone. Yep. Global gets everywhere on these channels nowadays, don't they? I've just had a good question over on Twitch, but they've just gone into their ad break, so I'm going to wait for their ads to finish, because it seems pointless answering a question over on Twitch when they can't actually hear the answer themselves. Hope you're okay, Ron. So it's good to see everyone. While Twitch are in the ads, I know some people on Twitch can still hear me as well, but while Twitch are in ads, you'll see, if you didn't see earlier, that the join buttons appeared on there for memberships. You don't need to join. Any people joining, very much appreciated, but all the content you get now you'll carry on seeing whether you're a member or not. It's just YouTube. When you become a partner, they try to push this because they're trying to make money. So in the end I got worn down by numerous emails coming in. If anyone does want to do it, it's at the lowest possible cost that you can set on YouTube. But it's a personal choice, but you don't have to do it. I'm not expecting anyone. Let's see if you're back now. You're back, yeah. Okay, Red Robins. Well, I answered the question while you're away. No, not really. The question is, how would I start to grow veg or salad in my home as not much of a gardener. You don't have a shed. Simple thing on your window, if you're assuming you've got a decent windowsill with some decent light coming in it, you can grow lots of stuff. I think there's somewhere over on YouTube there's a video that I made, I think it was in November, I think it was in November, about growing some sort of growing things on your windowsill ready for Christmas, and they're ready in 6 weeks. So you could go and watch that. But you're talking, you can if you look up microgreens, lots of herbs you can grow it just in a pot on your windowsill. In terms of, I wouldn't necessarily say you've got flowers. Flowers are more difficult because they need space and so on to grow from seed. But in terms of veg, again, I think the best you could probably end up doing, spring onions you can do in a pot on your windowsill. Let's say you can do the microgreens, you can do similar to sort of lettuce type leaf salads. I don't know if anyone else is growing anything on their windowsill at home that could suggest in terms of herbs or salad type things. Is this veg or salad for the guinea pigs, I take it? Because we used to have rabbits, and the one thing you can grow is, and they used to love, was parsley, especially curly leaf parsley. Yeah, I don't know why that would be, Ron, to be honest. I know Twitch is different in different countries, and it has different settings in different countries, so I don't know. But then again, say you've got YouTube, so that's the advantage of being on streams. But in terms of going back to the guinea pigs, so it just depends. If you find something the guinea pigs like in terms of, I would say you'd be looking more at salad type crops rather than veg type crops. The simplest thing is to find out what the guinea pigs want. You can always give them a questionnaire, and assuming they don't eat it, they'd probably tell you what they actually like. And then I'd actually pepper, lettuce sort of things. Yeah, well, peppers you won't be able to do on the windowsill, because I have those in the greenhouse. Unless you've got like a conservatory or something, you could possibly do peppers in a sort of like a like in a bucket or something. That's a possibility. But if we're just talking a standard windowsill, yeah, you're talking that lettucey type stuff, microgreen type stuff. I would just, whatever you think in terms of that salad that they like, just do a quick Google, just do lettuce, lettuce on windowsill, and they'll probably tell you, give you a whole list of seeds that you can just sow. And generally, similar to you've just seen me doing with the trays, you just get a tray of compost, little bag of compost tray, and sow your seeds. And the best things are something where you can cut a few leaves and the plant will keep growing. Yeah, so someone over on YouTube saying they've grown tomatoes on the windowsill. Yeah, it depends. It all depends on the variety of the plant, really, and the size you've got in the windowsill. And cucumbers, yeah. So it's really down to the space you've got. The other thing to look at is where you can get, if you don't want to buy a bag of compost or the trays and so on, there's lots of kits where you buy basically a box that's got everything in it. It's got the tray, it's got the compost, it's got the seeds. And it's a good place to look at that would be on Amazon. Just look at putting something like seed kits, salad seed kits. There are loads of those on there, and that's a good starting point. And the simple truth is, like I've just done, chuck some soil in, read whatever the packet says, chuck the seeds in as the packet says, and see if it grows. I mean, will you ever be able to grow enough for the guinea pigs? It's very unlikely, but on the other hand, if you do a little bit, and at least it's a bit of fun, really. I say and if I grow anything here, it would tend to be herbs on the windowsills, because I say I've got the greenhouse. But that's what I would be looking at. It would be the salady type stuff, the sort of the greenish salady type stuff. But I say there's. If you go onto YouTube after we're finished and look back at the past videos, say going back to, I think it was in November. I think it's titled something like plants that can grow for Christmas. You still got time to grow for Christmas. I think that was a 6-week cycle that was. So it would have been about 6-7 weeks before Christmas. So that's at mid-November. That may give you a couple of ideas. But that's what I would do. Yeah, and, only me talking about their cucumbers, they grew, used trying to grow them up. You don't get many, obviously, but there was sufficient just for them. Yeah, and that's the thing about certainly the veg route. I mean, you can if you get a packet of seeds, you can go mad, and then you end up with about 5 tons of French beans later in the summer, which you're never going to eat, and they're never quite the same when you've frozen them. So, and the other old saying really is that if you're going to grow stuff, you want to grow stuff that you actually like to eat. Either they're expensive in the shop to buy, so you're saving money, or they taste better when they're fresh. Because in terms of a cucumber, if you pick a cucumber off your plant, you're eating it within a few minutes. Where I haven't got a clue how long a cucumber takes to get from the cucumber farm into your supermarket. And also, you can get different varieties, so each variety's got a slightly different taste or texture. So, yes, that's a good attempt at. It's a fine time to be alive. This is on YouTube. It's a fine time to be alive. Okay, we'll do the whole joke, shall we, Dee? Okay, it's always good to read these before you actually read them out. It's a fine time to be alive when you can catch up on homegrown food while looking out the window. Here's a few pun-filled ideas. I'm just trying to catch up on my gardening. How do you grow a cucumber? Basically the same as we've just sown those seeds. Tray of compost, cucumber seed into the compost, grow it up in a small pot, and then for me I tend to grow them in the greenhouse. I put a like a tomato grow bag down in the greenhouse and grow them in there, and then they grow up a support, string, bean stick, something like that. So there's no, I'm not an expert on gardening. I'm just done it for a long time, and what works for me is worked for me. If it doesn't work for me, well, so be it. There's probably an official correct way of doing all this, but I'm sort of we'll chuck it in the compost and see what happens. You say, well, yeah, that's a good question. If you put a whole cucumber in the soil, eventually it might do, because the cucumber's flesh would rot down and the seeds would still be there. So technically, I suppose they could still grow from that. Yeah, someone's googled the cucumber generally in the supermarket 2 to 5 days after harvest. So there you go. You could have a cucumber that's a week earlier. I did see I did see somewhere, because I've just done a rose video. It's amazing. You start doing some research and then everything rose turns up and you feed everywhere. And I saw someone planting roses, taking rose cuttings and planting them in bananas. So you put the banana on top of some compost, and then you plant your rose cutting into a banana. But in terms of any of this fruit, veg or flowers, follow the instructions on the packet, chuck it in the compost, see what comes up. If it doesn't come up, it doesn't come up. But 9 out of 10 times it will do. And then you've got the problem trying to keep it going. Yeah, and someone's got a rose bush that's 13 years old and never given it any rose feed. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure I've ever given any of my roses rose feed. Most of the stuff in the flower beds and so on, I give a general slow release granular fertiliser each year, and that's about it really. And just by showing that it's resilient, I think if you give it more feed, there's two views to that. You could either get more green leaf growth, or you can get more flowers. But it would depend on each plant has different requirements on their feed. But if you ask me something really technical, I'll be straight on Google to find out the answer. Don't worry about it, Red Robins. Just apologise if you're talking too much. No, that's fine. I mean, that's the great thing of a live stream, is that if I can answer a question, I'll try to answer it. If I can't, I can't. But then again, we've got people on YouTube and on Twitch, so and I can see both the chats. So lots of people have got different experiences and so on. So again, if anyone has questions in these live streams, you can ask. Yeah, someone only me over on YouTube is just saying they've seen the banana trick, and they've used eggshells and banana skins under their roses. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, that's what the live chat's there for. It's interaction, and that's what makes these live streams fun, is actually interacting with people. And also it makes you think. And it also gives me ideas for possible videos. I say, if anyone has ideas for videos they want to see, you can drop me a comment through the live streams. And then the problem with the live streams is you depended on me remembering what's been in the comments. But certainly on any of the YouTube videos, you can comment on there, any of the posts there. I'm on Instagram as well, so you can leave a comment there. So if there's something you want me to consider, just drop me a comment. Oh yeah, I've got Discord as well. Thank you, Leo. Yes, are you looking for a job? Are you? I think if you put exclamation Discord, I think the Discord should come up. Whether the link still works, I don't know. It should do, but do I do sunflowers? Not the big tall sunflowers. No, I have done the short versions. I've never had a lot of luck with sunflowers. Yeah, careful. Oh, there you go. You see, there's the Discord on Twitch. Yeah, it's great. It's good to hear about other people's lives and ideas from the live streams. Yeah, because a lot of people on these live streams know each other from other live streams and so on. And a lot of some of the live streams we watch have got a lot going on screen. The chat's a lot busier, but I think you've probably already guessed that this is a nice sort of relaxed, non-fussy stream really, and yeah, we can just ask questions. I think if I go back to we'll go back to the garden view and see if anything exciting is happening out there. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Red Robin. Just joined on the Discord. Yeah. Look, for anyone over on YouTube, a lot of Twitch streamers use Discord. You've probably heard other streamers on YouTube talking about it. It's basically a social media platform. I tend to post stuff over there, and it's a good place to send messages and so on. But yeah, so I cross post a lot of stuff from place to place. But what I'm going to try to do is and we'll turn that one off, hopefully. Oh, actually, we'll leave that up. We'll transition that over. Yeah, the street. Yeah, talking about Discord. Yeah, it's morning, Christian. I joined Discord for similar. Well, not. I'm trying to think who it was that I went on Discord in the first place for. Oh yeah, it was for. I became a mod on a channel, and they use Discord a lot, and they have a. I think that's the reason, or was I on it for the walking commuter? I can't remember. It was one or the other. I think it was actually when I became a mod, because it was a way of having conversations outside of the live streams about how they wanted things doing and so on. So I said good morning to Christian over on YouTube. Yeah, I haven't missed much today. It's just another dismal day. No snow, which I was hoping for. Been hoping for a snow stream for about 2 years now. As you can see, the garden, the grass is pretty green, soggy. I haven't even gone out on the grass to retrieve the pot. Behind the pot is just basically mud now. Some stuff's coming up in the bed on the left, but we just need some consistent dry weather. Just asking about try being a mod, but some say it can be challenging to remember. Yeah, being a mod is can be challenging. Yeah, I have to say I enjoy doing it. It's good fun helping out the stream. But every say I do it for a number of channels, and every channel's got its own feeling and so on, and how they deal with things. It is difficult at times. I think there's a slight running joke that mods like to ban people, and they don't really. But saying that, I did ban 4 people last night, so admittedly I think 3 of them were the same person. So, but yeah, and being a mod on YouTube is busier, I think, than Twitch, but it's less complex. Twitch has so many more tools for the mods to use, but you could probably tell that because of the difference between the 2 live chats, that the Twitch chat is I don't know how you'd phrase it. It's more sort of playful in terms of its tools and bits and pieces you can do on there, where YouTube's is much more of a, I would say, a static chat. Yeah, we're talking, someone asked us, if you see the comment above, Leo, talking about be challenging to remember everything as a mod. Yeah, and also this is for Leo's benefit, being a mod, you have to moderate yourself at times as well. So morning, Gerard, good to see you. Anyone else got any more sort of gardening related questions? Any other general questions, really? Oh yeah, there's a lot of crowns appearing on in the chat on YouTube. I don't know who's number 1. Who's got the number 1 crown over there? Just go up in the chat and have a look. Oh, doesn't even show me that on mine. Oh well. Yeah, Leo's over on Twitch saying, yeah, I'm a mod on Leo's channel for those on Twitch. And just to don't need to moderate my jokes on there. I'll do while we're just seeing what else comes in. We'll do a couple of shout outs on Twitch. That's a shout out for Leah Fora. Thanks, Ron. Gabe should make me a mod on YouTube. Well, I don't. You probably get. I'm a mod on the Twitch side of things. even though I actually watch both. Yeah, so Beauty Love Creative had #1 when you came. Yeah, yeah. So these crowns on YouTube are to do with how long you've been watching it, what you've given to the channel on that stream, how many comments you make. Yeah, exactly. Or is Colleen #1? Is she now? So, yeah, for Twitch viewers, and if anyone on YouTube also has Twitch as well, just shout it out, Leo, for her. She makes, in the technical words, landmark glass beads and so on. She makes some nice streams over there, nice calm streams. There's some beautiful artistry as well. So, and the other one, I don't know, there's an ad break just about to appear on Twitch. So, congratulations for Colleen, you're #1 at the moment. I don't know whether that's good for you or it's just irritating to everyone else that they're not #1 with the #1 crown. I think there's about to be an ad break over on Twitch. We'll just wait for that to run through. That's a very good comment, D. Yeah, but the problem is, D, though, if you keep making comments like that, you'll be promoted to #2 anyway, because of the interaction. So making that comment might actually make you move up to #2, or at least the laughing face might. Yeah, I don't know whether you have gone into ads on Twitch. Sometimes there's an ad break. Oh yeah, yeah. It's now come up saying you are. Yeah, Twitch have gone into the ads. Yes, I think that is. Yeah, Christian. I think that's an element of truth. I think when you see someone go miles away in terms of the points on XP, it's because they've made a very big sort of super chat or donation and so on. But if it's just through chatting, yeah, I think it measures the interaction and so on. Because I notice quite often I'm quite high in these rankings, which to be honest is pretty meaningless really. But and even though I haven't been in the chat that much on that occasion, it's because I've been there since the beginning of the stream. So, like most things tech related, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So we've got 12 seconds left on their ad break on the other side for YouTube viewers. I think, is Twitch back from the ads? I'll just see if we get a response from Twitch. You're back from the ads on Twitch, okay. Just do, for those of you who've just joined, or joined recently, well, we had a breaking news announcement at the start of the stream, but what I'm going to try to do first is I'm going to try and see if that works. There's another, for Twitch viewers, there's another channel to think about following, Demishaw Creations, who does woodworking jewellery and so on. It's another excellent channel. I'm a mod over there, so I have to promote it as well. So that's another enjoyable channel. Oh, hello, Dan. Who's now fully ready for the cinema? Do we want to know what you're going to see at the cinema, Dan? That's a good question, actually. Before we, if money was no object, what plant would you like for your garden? Ooh. That's actually stumped me a bit, really. Yeah, the fastest growing plant, you say, is bamboo. If you see on the left side of the screen, you can actually see some bamboo. That's in the next garden along. They've got a I don't know what you call it, like a tropical forest type garden. They've got lots of that sort of stuff. Though the good thing is all their bamboo's planted in pots, so it can't escape. That's a very good question about what to. I think if, in terms of a plant, that was a really good question. That's caught me off guard, really. I think it would be, I think the one you get most enjoyment from is all the spring bulbs, I think. It's like the start of the year, the bright colours. What I would love to have done was, you know, fill the lawn full of bulbs. And when I first moved here, I started doing that, but it was never really that successful. So probably if I could do more, it would be spring bulbs, but the only problem is they don't last very long. Probably if it was an actual larger plant, it would, I don't think money is particularly the issue. I think it's just what you'd like. I do love the fuchsias and so on, so it'd be some sort of fuchsia, and they get beautiful flowers and they last and last and last, so it'd be something like that. I did have a question along those lines, but we'll save that for another day. Just keep you up to date. The film they're going to see this afternoon is Zootopia 2. So there you go. Someone over on YouTube, they haven't been to the cinema since 1978. Yeah, I think I haven't been for a number of years, so, but some very strange things. But as for the breaking news, we'll do a few tidy up bits for anyone who came later. That's the figure on YouTube as of this morning. That's on the Bear in the Garden channel, Beauty Love Creative, the channel you're watching at the moment. So pretty remarkable, really. So that's the breaking news. There'll be an official notification in the next couple of days, which you'll see. But I do like to, on these live streams, give you sort of up to date and breaking news and so on. Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's a good answer to the what plant would you like? You'd like to find and grow a money tree. Yeah. No. There probably is a tree called a money tree, or something that's what it's given its name for. There you go. I think that's about all I can waffle on for today. I think in terms of what's happening this week, I'll say everything's set up for the usual postings on YouTube for this week. Should be doing a live stream next weekend. Slightly distracted because it's properly raining now, rather than just the drizzle. This is probably the rain that's come up from you, Red Robins. So it'll be live next Sunday as usual. There may be the odd live if we get some nice sunsets, but I think that's unlikely. I say for lives going forward, we've now got, I've bought this cheap camera which, if it got rained on and didn't work afterwards, wouldn't be the end of the world. So we should be able to do some more outside stuff. I'd say the weather gets better, we'll be more in the greenhouse and actually out in the garden. It's just strange doing so many of these live sort of garden chatty streams in the middle of the winter. But there you go. So what I'll do is I'll say a few goodbyes to people. Twitch, if you'd like to stay there, I will raid you out as well. So thanks to everyone over on YouTube. D, Only Me, Christian, Colleen, Beauty Love Creative, Gerard, Dem's over on YouTube. Thanks for the membership over there, Dem. Unexpected, but thank you. Seeing who else was in the chat. Victoria as well was here. I'm sure I've probably missed someone. Ron was here as well. Yeah, if I've missed anyone, I apologise. And anyone who's lurking over on YouTube, thank you. Over on Twitch, thank you. Samantha, Dem's over there as well. Leo, Samantha, Red Robins was here. Joanne was here earlier as well. And again, any lurkers over there, welcome. quite happy if you just want to listen and look. Zach was here as well, thanks. I'm just going to see if we can find someone to raid. I've got someone in mind, but if anyone else has got any other ideas on Twitch, or whether you just want me to leave it to me. Give it a second for any bright ideas. If I don't get any, I shall make an executive decision. Hope everyone has a good Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning, depending where you are. And I shall have a bit of a tidy up and then go and find some lunch. We haven't played Guess the Lunch recently, have we? So before we go, do you want to have a guess what's for lunch? One vote for chicken. Another vote for sandwich. Oh, soup. Pasta. No one's got it yet. Only me is halfway correct. They've gone for soup or fish. So that should narrow it down. Beef, no. Pie, no. Chicken, no. Bacon butty, no. No, I have to say, I'm starting to feel a bit sort of hungry because of all this. Noodles, no. Chowder, no. Let me know when you want to give up guessing. Oh, well, that's amazing. Dem over on Twitch and Only Me on YouTube have got it spot on, both at the same time. I shall be having some haddock and some chips. And if I'm really feeling adventurous, might have something green to go with it. So there you go. And just to... if we play that game in future, I'll give you a clue that about 90% of what I eat is fish. So if you're going to guess in future, I would tend to go for start off with fish, and it would speed up the game. So I'm just going to find someone to raid out on. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. It's always the what do we do now? Oh, okay, right. That surprised me. That's not where I was thinking of going, but just see where that's they've been up for a long time. Right, I'll give you I shall give Twitch the choice of two places to go to. We can either go and see Debbie, who's 2 hours into her stream, or we can go and do some Lego. What do you prefer? I was going to go across to the Lego because I didn't see that Debbie was on. But you want to do some Lego for a change? Plus, if Debbie's been out on the beach for 2 hours, she's probably getting a bit cold. Right, okay. We'll go over and do some Lego for a bit. Go over to Blocker, who you probably already know because they've been on this. They come in here occasionally, and we will start the raid for that. Thank you everyone for your time. We'll be back on next weekend hopefully, and take care of yourselves.